So this is mostly a message today for empath, highly sensitive women, because it's important to understand, especially if you want to heal after narcissistic abuse experiences and such, psychological abuse experiences, sexual harassment, whatever you have been dealing with or are dealing with. You have to remember that you are an adult, and even though you are sensitive and kind and all of that, it is never an excuse for anybody to mistreat you in any way. And people should learn how to let other people be, in peace, to be who they are, naturally and authentically. A strong women, confident women who know their worth and stand with their truth and speak our minds, we are so important and needed in this world. As sensitive empaths and highly sensitive people, we are needed in this world. And whatever you decide to do in your life, what your mission is, embrace it, because it's from God. We are children of God. And so all of the guidance that comes through you is from God when it is really authentically correct. When it's really authentically you being you, who you were when you were born into this world, you were brought into this world. With this come healthy boundaries, because we need boundaries with everything. Like I've been saying in my videos, I've been talking a lot about boundaries because they are so crucial. They are such a big part of the self-care practice every single day in our lives, because it's self-protection. It's showing others that you matter, that you know your worth, that you know who you are, and you are not going to be dealing or accepting any kinds of mistreatments, that you are worth more than somebody using and abusing and hurting you over and over and over again. That is not a way to treat a person, like I've said. And because you are an adult, you need to know your boundaries, everything, because you are in charge of your life. We are all in charge of our own well-being, of our own lives. Nobody can do those things for us. Nobody can live our lives. And people have not walked in our shoes. So, everybody's story and experiences are unique, and, it is so beautiful because, of course, it would not be, life would not happen if we were all the same. It would make such a big difference, if we were all just, similar and stuff. So it is amazing, to be you and to embrace who you are. And nobody gets to tell you what to do. So you are an adult. So even though you are kind, you look, whatever you look like, it doesn't matter. Only immature, narrow-minded people judge others by their looks. And personally, I'm so fed up with people, judging others for nothing and treating others like crap, and not accepting, for example, gay people or, trans people and such, because we are all supposed to be who we are. That is God's message. That is how God wants it to be. And I don't care, what somebody else says, because I know this for a fact from experience. We are all God's children here. I'm so sick of, all kinds of harassment, abuse, whatever I see and notice and sense pick up and all of that, because I've seen it my entire life everywhere. It's like I could not go anywhere to be in peace. You know, when I was bullied as a child at school, and I was so abused at home too, and I grew up thinking that it was all just normal and meant to be. So it took a lot of time for me to really, step out of that illusion and to really discover and see that, that's not the case. That's not a way to live. It's not normal. Suffering constantly is not normal. And because I've seen, all kinds of like cyberbullying, sexual harassment, that I could not even go to the nearby store, for example, or express myself online on social media or on my YouTube channel. So a big part of the reason, why I disabled the comments, because, my mental health and my overall health matters more, and I am a mother to a special needs child, and I have 2 cats to take care of. I have my business that I'm doing here to take care of. Nobody has been helping me, and so, I had to draw that boundary, because I was really noticing and seeing and picking up and sensing, because naturally I'm intuitive, that, a lot of men were approaching me online just basically based on my photo, I guess. Well, that's what I pick up. They think that I'm there to date if I'm on LinkedIn networking, with my business. It is so ridiculous. And I was like, what the F? Seriously? Like, I cannot be anywhere on social media without these men like approaching me, messaging me, bombing me with their messages. Like, okay, you are from somewhere else. I'm in Finland. I'm Finnish. First of all, we are from totally different cultures, and you know nothing about me, or you're not even interested in my business or anything. So it is just, what the lesson and the message just came to me, that I just had to draw the boundary and remove myself. So, we have to do our best to remove ourselves from these kind of people and situations as soon as possible, cut off all the cords, because everything's energy, especially as empaths and highly sensitive people and women. When we are sensitive women, we can absorb, all kinds of wrong energy from others that does not belong to us. It does not serve us, and it's not healthy. So this is crucial, especially when you are healing after severe physical or psychological abuse. So you have to start drawing those boundaries. And that is why I have, for example, created my Boundaries Bootcamp guide that, helps with this process. Because naturally we have to only be available to those people who are naturally and authentically aligned with us, who are not trying to control us or change us to be something that we are not, or try to use and take advantage of us and try to abuse us and disrespect us and mistreat us in different ways. So we deserve people who actually respect us and who we can trust. And, healthy relationships are so important when you are healing after narcissistic abuse experiences, especially when you're sensitive. Relationships are supposed to be healthy, but unfortunately these issues happen. But it's a big sign if a person is sent by God or sent by the devil. Are they good for you or are they bad for you? There's always that big difference. Are they from God or not? You will see it. You will, because you are sensitive and intuitive, you will notice it. So trust yourself. Work on trusting yourself and listening to your intuition. you know, it's of course my responsibility as well, because I do my angel card readings, for example. I'm a psychic medium, you know, because that's just, you know, what I am, who I am. And it took me a lot of time and years to be, you know, to be able to discover fully and truly what I am, and all of that, what my mission is. So I stand by it all because I know that it's how it is. It's not from the devil. It's all from God. But I have my responsibility too. Because, you know, I've seen too many of these people who were sent by the devil. And now I know that this is the fact. And I had to turn to God. I had to turn to Jesus for help and savior and support, because we are supposed to trust the higher power. We're supposed to be aligning and surrendering every day. But because, you know, we are here as human beings, we also have to communicate with others and set our boundaries. But yeah, the boundaries also include the spiritual realm. So you don't want to let any demons into your life. And you have to remember that you always hold the power within you to command them to leave and never come back. And that is what I did. And it worked. And does a person love themselves? Do they authentically love themselves, accept themselves for who they are? Do they value themselves? Do they know their worth? Do they have their confidence in place and all of that? It is a big combination of things, and you know, a big difference also that we will always see and sense and pick up eventually, if not at first, when we meet somebody. But in the long run, we will, you know, strongly see this, that's, you know, if a person does not have these in place, you know, it's going to complicate too much, you know. A romantic relationship, for example, cannot function without this. And so if a person really loves themselves and all of this, you know, it will vibrate such a positive, beautiful, healthy energy that it creates a powerful magnet, you know, to attract more of the good things that are aligned. And that is what I've been working on for a long time, and I did get there, and that is why I can also help you with this if you want. Well, it's the core, of course, of everything, so pretty surely we would be talking about this and working on this for you if you want to join my coaching program. But yeah, so it is a big difference if a person, you know, has this in place or not. But yeah, so I just also wanted to remind you and mention that, you know, everything starts within you. So what you're willing to put up with and what you don't. So everything comes down to that again. You don't need to be, and you should not be, giving your power away. So like, for example, if you have a YouTube channel and people try to disrespect you by their immature comments, which are a complete waste of time and energy for everyone involved, yes, of course, ignore them. But you know, just remember that, you know, you need to hold the power to your life and not accept that energy. And also a boundary reminder once again that I've also mentioned before is that if you set a boundary, you will notice if a person respects you or not. Because, for example, a mature man will respect you when you set your boundary, because they want you to be your authentic self. For example, if you're trying to be partners together in a relationship, they will not get angry for you to set your boundary. They will not get mad about that because they are mature enough and emotionally intelligent enough and respectful enough to respect your boundaries. They respect you for who you are, and they want to keep you in their life, so they will treat you normally. So I was saying that they will treat you normally with respect. They will want to hear you out. They won't get triggered. Only an immature man will get triggered. A true man is a hunter who knows what he wants and stands for it the same way as a mature adult woman is also standing for herself, standing up for herself, for her truth and everything. So the same thing with men. So there is no point in, to be mistreated by these immature people, to be dealing with them constantly, because it's not going anywhere. You will just be going around in those same toxic circles, and it's not going to end if you don't end it, because this person is using you for what you are giving to them. It's like a child who does not get their candy, whose mother does not want to buy them their candy, and this child throws a tantrum. So it is exactly that with an immature person, with a narcissistic person, whether it is a man or a woman. When they don't get what they want, they get angry. And all they do is blame you. And you feel like you are their parent. And you might feel very, very, very uncomfortable and uneasy and all of that. And you notice that you really cannot be yourself with this person. Because whatever you say or do, this person will judge you and hurt you and blame you for every single thing. They don't take any responsibility. They don't want to go to therapy. When they should look in the mirror and freaking get help. Because once again, like I've said before, they need therapy. They need help from somebody else, not from you. You are not supposed to be their free therapist. Like, for example, what I'm doing here, I need to have my boundaries with people too, because there have been too many people who have tried to disrespect me and drain me out and have me help them for free. And, they just drain my energy. They are just energy vampires. So, I really just learned the hard way to, also to be setting my boundaries honestly and authentically and unapologetically with my business and my work as well, because I cannot be people pleasing and I need to walk my talk. So, like, how can I do that if I let people walk all over me? So, of course, that's not acceptable, and it's not for you either. And what was also very draining is that I've seen many people who write a lot of typos, so I don't even understand what they're trying to say to me. So it's very hard to, communicate with that. So I've been like, okay, what can I do with this? And or they have just been asking me the same questions that I was just talking about. So if you are not really listening to me, what I say in my videos, you're not my person, you're not my target client, and that is how it is. You're not aligned with me truly, because I'm here to communicate authentically and honestly from heart and soul, with all the work that I've done, on myself and on my work and everything, studied and educated myself and all of that. And I'm not here to be, to overly explain myself or to prove anything or, So, like they say, if you know the picture with the iceberg, when you're growing your business, for example, mostly doing it by yourself, paving your way to success. So, that is really how it is. I really, felt and experienced it, this iceberg, because, people see only the surface. People don't see what you've been going through, and some don't even listen and all of that. And it's, of course I send out love and light and blessings to everybody, as I always do. but you know, at the same time, I cannot serve those people. So you know, if you come to me, you have to be able to communicate, of course, like calmly and respectfully, and you know, to be able to tell me about your situation so that I can help you. And once again, because we're sensitive, empath, highly sensitive women, the boundaries are so crucial, and we need to be able to set them, you know, unapologetically, you know, not listening, you know, not listen to what somebody tries to tell us, especially with men, because there seems to be, you know, too much of this harassment and this disrespectful treatment all around online. So it's a big issue, and it's not healthy for our mental health or, you know, in any way. So we cannot have time or energy for that. And so we need to be drawing those boundaries. We cannot be letting, you know, those people tell us what to do. We have to know what to do. And so, because I was so tired of being people's free therapist, so, you know, of course, I had to call that situation out for myself and, you know, set my strict boundary that I'm not going to do this anymore, because it's not serving me in any way. It's only draining me and my energy, and I cannot be myself or fulfill my mission or anything if I let myself be constantly drained by other people. And, you know, as empaths and HSPs, we have to be cutting those energetic cords off every day and to call our power and energy back. And it's also a big part of the self-care plan. But yeah, so if you want to work with me, you know what to do. All the information is available